You're smart, so explain this. Why do you keep avoiding the one thing you know you should be doing? You're not confused. You're not incapable. So what's actually stopping you? Because it's not laziness. It's something way deeper. You open your laptop. You tell yourself, this time I'm actually going to focus. You're serious now. No distractions, no excuses. And for a moment, it feels real. But then, you check your phone, just for a second. Scrolling, watching random videos, jumping from one thing to another, telling yourself, I'll start in a bit, just one more. And suddenly, it's been 2 hours. You haven't started. The work is still there, waiting. And now, you feel it. That guilt, that pressure, that quiet disappointment in yourself. Because deep down, you know you're not dumb. You know you have the ability. So why does it feel like you can't even control your own actions? Here's the truth most people don't tell you. You're not lazy. You're actually too smart for your own good. And that's exactly why you procrastinate. Because your brain doesn't just see the task, it sees everything that comes with it. How long it's going to take, how much effort it's going to require, how it could go wrong, how it might not be perfect, all at once. So instead of just starting, you pause. You start thinking, analyzing, overthinking every detail, trying to figure out the best way to do it. And while you're doing all that, you're not actually doing the thing. And the smarter you are, the better you become at justifying it. I'll do it later. I need to prepare first. I'm not in the right mindset. It sounds logical. It feels valid, but it's still procrastination. And that's why this feels so frustrating, because you know you're capable. You know you could do it. But somehow, your own mind keeps getting in the way. Smart people don't struggle with knowing what to do. They struggle with overthinking everything. You don't just see the task. You see how long it's going to take, how much energy it's going to drain, how it might not be perfect, how it could go wrong. And at the same time, you're also thinking about everything else you could be doing instead. Something easier, something quicker, something that doesn't feel so heavy. So your brain goes, let's just avoid this for now. We'll do it later. And in that moment, it feels like the right decision. And this is where it gets worse, because the more you delay, the more pressure builds. Now the task isn't just a task anymore. It feels bigger, heavier, more stressful. So your brain avoids it even more. Not because you don't care, but because now it feels overwhelming. And before you realize it, you're stuck in a loop. Think, overthink, avoid, feel bad, repeat again, and again, and again. And inside your head, you keep asking, why am I like this? What's wrong with me? But here's what nobody explains. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It's trying to protect you. Your brain avoids tasks that feel unclear, overwhelming, or emotionally uncomfortable. So when something feels big or confusing, or like it might stress you out, your brain does exactly what it's designed to do. Avoid it. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort, from pressure, from failure, from that feeling of, this is too much. And this is where most people get it wrong. They think they need more motivation, more discipline, more pressure. So they try to force themselves, push harder, be stricter, be tougher. But that's not the solution, because the harder you push yourself, the more your brain pushes back. So if you actually want to stop procrastinating, you have to change the game. You don't need more motivation. You need to make things feel easier to start, less overwhelming, less heavy, less intimidating. And the good news is, this is something you can control. You don't need to become a different person, you just need a better approach. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you simple ways to trick your brain into starting, even when you don't feel like it, even when your mind is telling you to avoid it. Solution 1. Lower the entry point. Stop telling yourself, I need to finish everything. That's too heavy. Your brain hears that and immediately wants to escape, because it doesn't see a simple task. It sees pressure, effort, time, stress. So instead, lower the entry point. Tell yourself, I'll just do 2 minutes. That's it. No pressure, no expectations. No, I have to finish this. Open the book, write 1 sentence, watch 1 minute of the lecture. Just begin. Make it so easy, your brain has no reason to resist. And here's what happens next. Once you start, something shifts. Not instantly, but enough. The resistance drops. That heavy feeling, it gets lighter. The task stops feeling impossible and starts feeling manageable. And now, continuing feels easier than stopping. So don't focus on finishing. Don't focus on doing everything. Just focus on starting small. Because starting small is what breaks the cycle. But even that sometimes doesn't work, right? Even when you try to start small, your brain still finds a way to avoid it. So here's the second fix. Solution 2. Remove thinking. Smart people get stuck in thinking mode. You don't struggle with action. You struggle with starting. Because the moment you pause, your brain jumps in. Maybe later. Let me prepare first. What if I don't do it right? And it sounds reasonable. It feels logical. But that's the trap. Because the longer you think, the easier it becomes to not act. So you need to act before that voice gets loud, before the excuses build, before your brain talks you out of it. Use this simple rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. No debating, no planning, no overthinking. Just move. Stand up, open the app, touch the keyboard. Start messy if you have to. Just start. Because once you hesitate, you've already lost momentum. You've already given your brain time to pull you back. And that's where procrastination wins. So don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Move first and let clarity catch up later. Because you've attached your identity to it. You've started believing, I'm just someone who procrastinates. And it doesn't sound dangerous, but it is. Because the moment something becomes your identity, you stop fighting it. Think about it. When you delay something, your brain doesn't say, I made a bad choice. It says, this is just who I am. And that changes everything. Because now, it's no longer a behavior you can fix. It feels like a part of you. So even when you want to change, there's this quiet voice in your head saying, what's the point? You always end up doing this anyway. This is just how you are. And this is where it traps you. Because now you're not just fighting procrastination, you're fighting a version of yourself you've already accepted. So every time you try to focus, it feels unnatural. Every time you try to be disciplined, it feels forced, almost fake, like you're pretending to be someone else. And eventually, you go back to what feels familiar, avoiding, delaying, escaping. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is trying to stay consistent with the identity you gave it. And once you believe something about yourself, your actions will always try to prove it right. So let's change that. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just someone who hasn't learned how to manage your mind yet. And that's fixable. Because this isn't about becoming a completely different person. It's not about waking up one day and suddenly having perfect discipline. It's about small decisions, small actions that slowly start to change how you see yourself. Every time you start, even for a few seconds, you're proving something new. I'm someone who takes action, not perfectly, but consistently. And those small moments, they matter more than you think, because identity isn't built in one big change, it's built in tiny proofs, over and over again. So from now on, stop seeing yourself as someone who always procrastinates. That version of you, you don't need it anymore. Start seeing yourself as someone who starts small, moves fast, takes action, even when it's uncomfortable. Not perfect, not always motivated, just consistent. And the more you act like that person, the more real it becomes. Until one day, it's no longer something you're trying to be. It's just who you are. So here's what I want you to do. After this video ends, don't overthink it. Don't plan it. Don't wait for the right mood. Pick one thing you've been avoiding, just one, and do it for 2 minutes. That's it. No pressure, no perfection, no overthinking. Just start. Because that one small action, that's where everything begins. And if this video felt a little too real, if you saw yourself in it, drop a comment. Starting today. Not for me, for you, so you actually commit to it. And if this helped you, make sure you hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. Because we're not just watching content here, we're actually changing something. Because the truth is, your problem was never intelligence. It was action. And today, you stop waiting. You stop overthinking. You take control, and you start. See you in the next video. Until then, lock in, level up, think deeper.